So one thing I know for sure is that no matter what you do or wherever you are or whatever it is that you're doing with your life, you will always face some kind of challenges. And from these challenges, I believe we learn very different lessons. Now, I want to normally think of situations in a way that, okay, this is bad. It is happening. What am I picking from this situation? What am I learning from this situation? Now, this situation or whatever it is that I'm going through. Now, I've had a series of bad things happening, but I've also had very many beautiful things happening. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the lessons that I have learned as an immigrant from Uganda living in the USA. Okay, so what lessons have I learned in the 2 years that I have lived in the United States of America? So if you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Rachel Agasha. I'm an immigrant from Uganda, born and raised. I moved to the USA in August 2022. So August this year, I'll be making 3 years. And on the channel, we talk about the DV lottery. We also talk about life in the USA. I share my experiences, I share my challenges, I share the things that I have been through, the do's and don'ts. I share practically everything that I think any new immigrant should know, every mistake that I made that every immigrant should know so that they're not making the same mistakes that I did. I normally tell people, if I had someone that I could relate with, maybe I wouldn't have faced some of the challenges or even gone through the things that I actually went through. Yeah. So if you're a new immigrant out there and you're looking for a friend, you're looking for someone that you can relate with, I hope I am that person for you. I have so many other videos on the channel you can go through and find something that, you know, gives you courage. Yeah. The one thing I am really going to emphasize is you struggle until you make it. Now, making it depends on different people. Success varies for different people, okay? One thing I normally want to remind people is, let us not forget where we've come from. Let us not forget the people we left back home. Let us not forget the purpose of our being here. Now, you don't really have to struggle, but all I'm saying is don't settle. Make sure you're learning a skill, you're learning something new, you're applying for different jobs. I mean, you need to have a target. You need to know what it is that you want in life, right? Personally, I mean, right now I could say I'm living an answered prayer. There were days, there were times when I was just praying for a house. I'm like, dear Lord, I need a house of my own. I need a job. Okay, let me tell you, I prayed and I cried to the Lord. Today, I have a job, I have a car, I have an apartment of my own, and I am happy. So let me tell you, you're going to be in places where you're praying for even the bare minimum. Okay, and I need you to know that it's going to be fine. I always tell people it will be fine. Eventually everything falls in place and things start to work out. So the lesson I learned is do not settle. Do not settle. I remember there's a friend of mine. She's like, Rachel, I do not know what you're going through, but I need you to win. Make sure you are winning. And yeah, I am trying. I mean, I genuinely can't complain. So if you're out there, please make sure you're not settling. Please do not settle. I mean, if you're documented, you have your documentation in place, think of it like a mission for you to change your life and the people in your life. Okay, do everything that you know how. I already said before, as long as you have legs, you have the energy, you have the ability to work, please work. I always advise people, do just about anything, because it is at these different workplaces that we meet different people who introduce us to different people. You're not going to get this information, or you're not going to meet these people if you're sitting in the comfort of your host's home, because again, it's not your home. And let me tell you, sooner than later, your host is going to get tired of coming back and looking at you, of coming back and they expect to feed you. No one wants that. So maximum, I mean, I say it again, if you want to stay longer in your host's house, first of all, if it's not your mother, your father, you're definitely going to be a pain for them at some point in time. Get you a job, get out of your host's house when you guys are still friends, when you can actually still look at each other. Because best believe, this country has a way of, I don't know, I don't know if it's torment, I don't know if it is frustration, I don't know what it is, but people get tired. You do not want your host to get tired of seeing you in their house. So don't settle. Go out there, do something with your life. So another lesson that I have learned is you will get stronger by the day. Yeah. So because life is different from back home, you are bound to be stronger by the day. Let me tell you, I didn't know what it is that I was capable of doing until I came to this country. Now, I am a very responsible human being. I have been very responsible at a very young, I started being responsible at a very young age. And I knew, I got it in me. I knew that there's not a thing that would come or show up that would put me in a place of, oh my God. But let me tell you, I got to this country and the amount of pain that I had to deal with, I know for a fact that I have gotten stronger. I'm at that point in my life, by the way, where there's nothing that anyone could ever do to me that would make me feel like, oh, okay. Oh my God. Nothing shocks me. Nothing shocks me anymore because I feel like what is the worst that could happen? Yeah. Like you get to a point where the worst that you feared could happen has already happened. And when that happens, I feel like you're over it. Okay. So you are most definitely going to get stronger. I always tell people, in as much as life can be hard, what are you learning? Okay. Personally, for everything that I went through, I just kept telling myself, okay, so for whatever this has been, I do not want anyone to ever feel the way I feel. So in my being, I'm like, I will never put anyone in a position where they feel how I feel. So I am going to be a better person. Let me tell you, things happened for me that I never thought human beings could actually do. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. You know how you're living a series of shocks and shocks and shocks and shocks, and you're like, okay. But all those experiences shaped me into the woman that I am today. And I promise you, I am a very, very better woman. And I love it for me. Okay? Like I promise you, you don't want to harbor the anger, because the anger, the pain, the hatred, it just eats you up. Yeah. So if you can find a way of letting go and learn and grow out of it, I would definitely recommend that. So another lesson I've learned is challenges will come. Let me tell you, even the worst things, like, have you had a worst fear? Bad things will happen. But one thing I know for a fact is, for as long as it doesn't kill you, you will be fine. That saying of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I experienced that. I know that for a fact. Yeah. So I promise you that life is going to be very challenging. Things are going to come at you and you're like, you know what? I think I can go back to Uganda and be fine. That is not an option. I pray and hope you never feel like going back to Uganda or your home country is your quickest solution. Please don't go back to your home country. I pray and beg you to hang in there, okay? Because one thing is for sure, there's no permanent situation, okay? In as much as the bad things happen, eventually there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Let me tell you, when I tell you, I firsthand experienced all those things. Oh, there's light at the tunnel. Oh, the storm before the calm. I saw it and I lived it and I lived through it. So will you. So I learned that the challenges will come, but for as long as they're not killing me, I'll be fine. Okay. And I got through all these things and I am fine. So hang in there. Hang in there. It's going to be okay. Then another thing that I have learned is people change. Okay, the seasons here change, and it looks like as the seasons change, the people will also change. And you can't be static. you ought to evolve as well, because I came from my country, and for me, I'm loved at home. I always tell the people who know me, I always tell them, you know what, everything that you do, remember that you're loved at home. And I'm a living example of a child or a girl or a woman who is very much loved at home. My family loves me so much. I feel like I can't afford or stand anybody treating me like I'm not worth to be loved. I can't stand anyone who treats me like I don't matter. I have grown and learned to know my value and my worth, and also to recognize where I am wanted and where I'm not. And I hope you do too, because we come with that innocence from back home and meet people as adults, and we're thinking, oh, maybe this or that or that. You need to extend the grace to yourself for starters, because a lot is going to be different. Yeah. I have friends back home who are so amazing. I got here and it was so hard to make friends. Okay, everyone is so busy with their life. People have things going on for them, so you sometimes want to sit down with someone and talk to them and unwind, but there is no time. Okay, so you're going to use your spirit of discernment as a grown up. I don't know if you talk to God, but please talk to God. Ask God to help you create your little tribe, because you need at least one or two people to be for you in this country. You need someone to actually turn to and be like, hey, you know what, I feel a certain way today, and you are assured that they will come through for you. So if you can't find a little tribe, find one person, at least one person that you know, this one is my friend. I am going to allow them with all their flaws and their weaknesses, until maybe they're doing things that you just can't stand, or things that keep triggering you in ways that you can't comprehend. Then I recommend that you find peace within yourself, because again, I don't know if it is the country or it's just the people being them, but you're going to need to figure out a way to be able to live with yourself and find peace within yourself. So another thing that I have learned is you are on your own. Okay, you are entirely on your own in this country, and you owe it to yourself to be okay. You owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. If you can sign up for the gym, please do. Eat healthy. Now, healthy varies for everyone. Okay, in this country there is a thin line between, obesity and being normal weight. So your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health entirely depends on you. You owe it to yourself to be okay. I was depressed for like the entire 2023. I had gone through way too much. I was losing my mind. Okay, so when I tell you, you owe it to yourself to take care of yourself, you are on your own. So you have to love on yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to set time aside for yourself, because back home, these things don't even matter like that. But now in this country, where the system is different, where everything is different, you are your number one cheerleader, your number one support system. You may have a whole tribe back home rooting for you, but it's a bit different when you're here by yourself. So take care of yourself entirely, physically, emotionally, every time, mentally. Take care of yourself, because no one is coming to your rescue. No one. Okay, so be nice to yourself, extend that grace. If you want to spoil yourself a little, please do. Please do. You make that money, you work so hard, you owe it to yourself to buy yourself that nice dress, that nice shoe. Retail therapy is good. Go to that store, get yourself some nice clothes, put them on and feel good. You deserve it. Okay? Then another thing that I'm really grateful for is that I think I am the best version of myself in this country. Okay, so for everything that I have been through that I can't, of course, tell you all, I think I found the best version of myself. I know for a fact that I'm happier. I know for a fact that I love myself so much. I know for a fact that no one is going to come into my life and make me feel less of who I am or who I want to be. I know that I'm not going to let people in my life that don't serve me to my expectation. I know that if you're not reciprocating my love or my friendship or my kindness, you do not deserve me. You know, I normally tell people now we are too grown. We're not still very young. At this point, you should know what you want exactly. And I think I'm at that point in my life where I have so much peace with myself. I know just about everything that I want. I can recognize the patterns of let's say a narcissistic person. I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't think I like this. Okay. And I no longer get emotional and very entitled. Or if someone does something, I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't think I like that. Okay. Or I don't think I like being treated like that. I am not going to, unfortunately, talk to you. Okay. So I know to put myself first, not the selfish way, but the way that serves me, the way that actually helps my mental health. Because like I said, again, you are by yourself in this country. Now imagine you're allowing all of this to clog you, to disturb your entire being. And let me tell you, you know, you know when they say stress kills, best believe stress can kill you and you die and we bury you. Now, I have been stressed, I have been depressed all at the same time. And I don't like that feeling. I do not like how I felt. I do not like how I looked. I do not like anything about that phase in my life. So anything that puts me in that place again just doesn't work for me, and I will not tolerate it. So it is entirely up to you to find the best version of yourself. Love on yourself, love on that version, and the people in your life should be able to accept and acknowledge that version of you. Now, I'm not saying be a bad-mannered person, because some people will be here saying, oh, that is how I am. No, we are too grown for anyone to be saying, oh, that is how I am. No, you work on yourself, you become a better person, and you be nice. This whole business of that is how I am, no. If you have people in your life who are offending you and making you feel bad and they are saying that is how I am, they are not good people. Because if you love people, if you love your friends, you love the people that you hang out with, you should be able to change. If someone comes up to you and says, you know what, I don't like that you spoke to me like that, I don't like this, I don't like that, you owe it to them to be a better person. This whole business of, oh, that is how I am is not nice. No. So another thing that I have learned is how to communicate effectively. Now, for starters, I have learned that it is okay to ask for help. If you need help with something, it is okay to ask for help. I have also learned to communicate my feelings. If I feel like you're making me uncomfortable, that is exactly what I will tell you. Be like, hey, you know what? I don't like this position that you're putting me in. No. Okay, even at my work, I have noticed that I communicate much better. Initially, I was those people who, when someone would do something wrong, would just keep quiet and be like, you know what, I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to let it pass because I'm trying to protect my relationship with this person. Or I am going to keep quiet so I can keep the peace, until I realized you're not at peace, actually. The other person is at peace and they are okay and you are not. And I do not want to harbor resentment. So I just figured, you know what, I'll tell you how you made me feel. I'm not going to confront you. I'm not going to give you this whole privilege to be mad. I'll just be like, hey, you know what, I don't think I like how you spoke to me. Or I'll tell you, you know what, this and this and this. And like, move on. Like, I'll tell you how it is you made me feel. And then we'll move on. So it's up to you to either accept that you did something wrong and apologize, and then we make up, or you don't want and we move on with our lives. Of like, it's never that deep, never. So you accept different things, you make peace with these things, and you move on with your life. I have developed the courage to go after my dreams, the things that I've always wanted to do with my life. And in this country, you're very capable of being just about anything that you want to be. Okay, if you need to be a doctor, just come, go to school. You want to be a lawyer, come, go to school. I mean, things work out. Student loans and all those things, everything works out. So I quickly realized there was a whole work thing that was going on for me that I didn't like. I was like, you know what, this is not what I want something else. And I was able to do that. So I'm out here doing the things that I love. Okay, I don't have to be who I don't want to be because, oh my God, no. So it's beautiful that I've gotten the courage to, you know, do the things that I love career-wise. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I hope you liked the video. If you're out there and you live anywhere in the USA, please be sure to share with us the lessons you've learned living in this country. If you've watched the video to the very end, please be sure to let us know where you're watching from. Please be sure to leave a like for the video, a comment if you have anything to say. For those guys who keep watching and keep coming back, oh my God, I am so very grateful. I have people who warm my heart. I mean, I read all these comments and I am so blessed and so humbled that you guys feel that way. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch the videos, for leaving those, oh my God, so nice comments. They humble me every time. I'm like, oh, you know what, at least somebody out there is being impacted by these videos, and it means the whole world to me. I promise that I'll keep doing my very best to provide exactly what you guys want. And yeah, I'll see you guys in our next video. Take care and stay safe. Bye.